Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth Man, giving you the truth, and this is our Dealing with People series. Dealing with these modern day people series. Today we're talking about finding potential wives, mates, so on and so forth. Goes hand in hand with a lot of what we talk about on a regular basis. We're going to talk about some of the qualities that you want to look for and that she needs to consistently keep for you to keep her around. Now, if you one of those dudes that let people just dog you out and let women not do their role, not fulfill their role, I can't feel sorry for you. That's you just a simp. But for everybody else who trying to escape the matrix and trying to behave in a way that's the true woke, not the false woke, not the cancel culture woke or whatever, this series will definitely help you. So, again, marriage is a thing of the Most High God. It's about covenant, which is His thing. Which is His thing. The things that you can accomplish by being in agreement is phenomenal. Like Damar Hamlin, how I'm telling you, he's going to fully recover because he has so many people in agreement that they wanted him to recover and believe in him to recover. That's what people don't realize. The power of agreement. The devil is going to try to bring the mark of the beast on the perverted side doing this. But in marriage, you want to find a woman that meets these qualities. And I'm going to talk about these qualities. The first quality is she respects you. She respects you. And showing that respect is when you're around and when you're not around. If she been letting dudes at work slap her on the butt, and playing around too much with those guys at work, and in her heart and mind liking those guys at work, that's going to spill over into eventual conflict between you and her. And this is why people say that marriage ain't worth it, because if that's what it's going to be, then you could be by yourself. Who fights with theyself? People don't fight with theyself. Marriage ain't supposed to be fighting. It's supposed to be teamwork. It's supposed to be you do your role, I do my role. Not all this bringing Satan in. When you try to go by all these worldly characteristics of how the world think marriage should be, you inviting in the devil. And that's why Coach Greg, I didn't think he was disrespecting the Most High one bit, because I listened to him. I knew what he was saying in his debate with Hafiz when he said God ain't nowhere in marriage. If he was, all that money they get for mostly destroying their family, destroying their relationships, wouldn't happen. Think about it. How many men would step out and do all those heinous things on a woman that's fulfilling their role? Not many. Therefore, when women fulfill their role, the divorce rate goes down and the potential for divorce goes down. But here's why marriage is too risky. Because of how these women think and act now. Like one in particular that, I used to work with her. I knew how she think, all that. I know how she do things. I liked her. I mean, she was cool. It was Gentile or Gemini Libra connection. Geminis and Libras, for the most part, understand each other as long as Libras judge things fair continuously and Geminis don't get two-faced. Because if a Gemini gets two-faced, then the Libra and the justness within themselves is going to cause a hedge, a rift. But this particular person unfriended me on Facebook because probably more than likely stuff I'll be saying about women. See, these women want to believe that they can be macho and brute like men, tell men what to do, and because they let them hump on them a couple times a year or a month or however they like to do it, that they should get all these gifts and all this love. Meanwhile, they're disrespectful and disloyal. That's why I say respect is the first quality. And it has to be a lifelong thing. Because most guys, when you start disrespecting them, they're going to either want to leave you alone or they're going to cheat on you. They're going to cheat on you. Now, cheating to me is when you have her thinking you in a monogamous relationship, but you really dealing with other women. Because polygyny, you can have multiple wives. You can have concubine. Forget what these preachers talking about, what the Bible say. They preach about Solomon all the time. Somebody who had 700 wives and 300 concubines and didn't get in trouble for how many wives he had. He got in trouble for letting those wives turn his heart away from the Most High into magic and sorcery and all this other stuff. So, respect is first. It has to be continual. Next, you gotta be sexual. What do he like? You should be asking him. So what do you like? So how do you, and don't get mad, like what type of woman, what's your ideal woman? You don't try to be like her, but find out what shape, what body type he likes. Find out what he likes sexually. Don't try to do what you like and you done had, especially if you got a high body count, or even if you ain't a virgin, because now you trying to make him be like dude A and dude B, and that's not right. That's one of the things that mess up sex life. Like you get to cheating and you get pounded harder than he pounding you, and now you don't want to do nothing with him no more. So that's why you got to respect him. That's why you got to find out what he like. And another thing, you got to be loyal. Like I said, all that playing around at work, it's all right to be polite, but you shouldn't be giving none of those guys the thoughts that they have a chance by your behavior. Don't do that. So you want to be loyal when you around him and when you're not around him. Don't be like you see somebody disrespecting them, they piling on them, joke why. Don't get in that. Don't go against them. If you say anything, it should be in his defense, or it shouldn't be nothing at all. Another thing, stop talking so much. Here's what I learned through the year. Women who always talking, they gonna cut you off, which is disrespect. And women who always talking usually are easy with other men. If they can get them alone, hit them spots and give them whatever makes them moist and want to do things, as far as drinks or whatever, they gonna give it up. Because they talk too much. And when they talk too much, they gonna want somebody to listen. And these dudes will listen to you if they know that they gonna shark you. So, it's all right to talk and have fun and have conversation. But sometimes you should just stop talking and just sit there and be quiet. You should. And you should gain the wisdom to know when to do it. Because sometimes when you talk too much, you start lying and you start saying the wrong things. That'll mess your relationship up too. So, for a man, you don't want no woman that's always, yeah, but I think we should do, blah, 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 blah. No. If she's always making suggestions, then she thinks that she knows more than you. And if she thinks she knows more than you, trust me, man, she's possibly easy work for another dude. Because for a woman to respect a man, she has to realize that he's not on the same level as her, but he's above her. He's stronger, He's wiser. Just why a lot of y'all single. What dude gonna want that? But a dude who might have mental issues, might be a little on the slower side, might not understand, might not be a reader, might not be a researcher. That's the only man pool that a lot of these women that I'm talking about is gonna have. They say, well, I know it's somebody for me out there. You're absolutely right. But what type of somebody? So respect your man. Find out what he like. Stop all that talking. Be listening. Listen more. Like a guy, like you guys, when y'all vetting them out, don't be always talking. You should be listening. And remember what she say so you can bring it back to her if needed down the line. So, next thing I would say is, in your mind as a woman, you should be knowing and understanding that how you dress, how you talk, how you act is a representation of your man. This you either making them look bad or you making them look good. Like Anton Daniels' wife make him look good. Make him look like he like some type of expert or something. I'm sure he knows some things. The man is smart. I watch him all the time. But I know how this thing go. And he has, if you got a unicorn, it might make you puff up, or it might make you, women choose that life. Like, you get them young sometimes. Y'all both young. Sometimes they'll stay in that right mindset, that righteous behavior, that keep her around type of stuff. But sometimes they'll get bored and they'll start doing disrespectful stuff. This is one way you know she doing something disrespectful. If she do something, accept something, or say something that she would get mad or leave you or anything like that if you did it, she being disrespectful. She being disrespectful. So, every man deserves and wants to have sex. If you're not a sexual person, or maybe you're dealing with a little confusion inside, do yourself and him a favor and don't get married. Don't get married. If you're not like sexual to the point where you gonna be ready without his assistance because you just into him like that. If you not like that, don't get married. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna be one of them ones. Oh, he cheated on me. You think you can go 2 months, 5 months, 8 months, 10 months, 2 years without having sex? And I'm gonna show you something about older women. They say the highest divorce rate, mainly among blacks, is women filing between the ages of 50 and 59. Now listen, we understand, we know, those of us who watch that POR fill in the blank, that women can be old and still put it down. But what a lot of these women do, which I'm going to tell you women not to do, and I'm going to tell you men not to put up with it, is they get old and now they want to be more confrontational. Now they want to be more argumentative, lazy, and less sexual. Because they want to be able to tell their friends and their relative, oh, he know better. He know not to step out on me, but you ain't doing nothing with him. He should step out on you. As a matter of fact, he should replace you. He should replace you. Who is you? You know how many women in the world that got you beat? I already know it's guys that got me beat. I'm not chopped liver, but it's guys that got me beat. I understand that. I don't think about that. But it's women who got you beat. Looks wise, sex wise, they can move all different types of ways. And some of you who have watched this can't. So what do? You try to punk your husband. If he masculine, you gonna mess your relationship up. And if y'all got kids, you gonna break your family up. See, a lot of women don't be believing that they breaking their families up, but they do. They be breaking their families up, man. I'm telling you. They be breaking their families up. With this trying to control men. Listen, I'm telling you right now, ain't no woman gonna ever control. The more qualities they have, the more they will get, and the more I will respect them, and the more I will spend money on them. But all that little weak stuff, man, I don't listen. That you're not controlling me with the scripture because I'm a preacher. You just not. I ain't one of them. I ain't them. People think, well, they could say, well, you supposed to do. No, I'm supposed to have sex. I'm supposed to have a wife that's going to respect me and be subject to me. Wives, whatever. All that other stuff. You don't have to be no punk because you believe God and love God. That's one of the falsehoods of Satan. Satan used that so you won't be on her heels and on the heels of her demons and the people that she try to use against you. That's why she do that. I mean, that's the purpose of it. Ain't no woman finna control. Man, you out of your rabbit. Next, guys, listen, man. Your wife out of line. Who cares if she leave? You want her to leave. You should want her to leave. Tell her, I want you to leave because you out of line anyway. And start telling her what she do. Don't argue with her. Get your word in. And just hush it up. If she try to fight you or whatever, then it's over. She cheat, it's over. Listen, there's too many women out here, man. There's women everywhere. And you could be by yourself. You could be by yourself, man. Think back when you was in your 20s. Did you have a wife? Like when I was 20, 21, I ain't had no wife. So there's no way I will put up with that from anybody. You're going to have to add to me positively to be around. Otherwise, just know in your own mind that you're going to be gone eventually. And once I reach that point of no return, you can try to straighten up all you want. It's too late. And that's how you guys should be. That's how you guys should be. Women, you stop being 304s. From a young age, carry yourself like a lady. Just keep it that way. Your body count, and I'm going to talk about this. The high body count, you should have a high turn down body count. And I'm going to talk about this on the short. Anyway, we're going to end this video. We'll be back. So stay tuned.